Good morning, St. Matthew people. Another day journey. I'm here to teach the Sunday school lesson today. And today the lesson will be taught about Saul's attempt on David's life. And we will be coming from the next text, 1 Samuel 19, 18, 8 and 17. Related scriptures, 1 Samuel 18, 1, 19, 24, Psalm 34, 19, 22, and 59, 1 and 17. Time around 1021 BC, plague is given. According to many are afflicted of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. Psalm 31, 19. The scripture that today I'm going to read, August 16, 2020, 1 Samuel 19, verse 8. And there was a war again. David went out and fought with the Philistines and slain them with a great slaughter, and they flew from him. And the evil spirit from the Lord upon Saul, that he sat in his house with his jar in his hand, and David played with his hand. And Saul started to smite David even to the wall with the jar, but he slipped away out of Saul's presence. He smote the jar into the wall, and David flew and escaped that night. Saul also sent a message unto David how to watch him to slay him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, say, if thou shalt not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be slain. So Michal let David down through a window, and he went and flew and escaped. And Michal took infant and laid it in the bed and put a pillow of goat hair for his bolts and covered it with a cloth. And when Saul sent a message to take David, she said, he is sick. And Saul sent a message again to see David, saying, bring him up to me in the bed, that I may slay him. And when the messenger was coming in, behold, there was an infant in the bed with a pillow of goat hair for his bolts. And Saul said unto Michal, why hast thou deceived me so, and sent away my enemy, that he escaped? And Michal answered Saul, he said unto me, let me go, why shall I kill thee? The end of that today, talk about behavior of jealousy is a very common sin. Many people do not view it very serious. Nevertheless, jealousy has been the root of much heartache. Jealousy has caused the break of friendship and marriage. It has caused otherwise good people to plot against better work in order to climb into corporate ladder. Leader of a nation, even in the territory controlled by neighborhood nation, and seized by poison that bring about with war between them. We may think that Christians will be immune to jealousy, but that is certainly not the case. Believers are sometimes influencing others in the very same way. The unsaved are this, of course, is up to ourselves. When local churches are frequent evidence of jealousy, this is seen when one person tolerates another rival to set and respond with anger. Even pastors can be jealous of other members whose church are growing when their own church are not, because other preachers are paid more than they are. Jealousy can even lead to murder, attempted murder, as we see in this week's lesson. I'm going to pay one district to teach the lesson. Jealousy has a way to prevent us from seeing clear. We cannot enjoy a blessing God has given us if we are jealous of blessing. He has given others instead of Paul. Someone else from the success is often easy to resent them from. Jealousy is something that may be resent as going against how God was to respond to us. Saul was against David. Saul got jealous of David. Saul wanted to have David killed, but with the thing that David had come to do, Saul got jealous. David got overcome to make David a king. And jealousy is not a healthy attitude for anyone. It is especially unseen for a Christian. Just because God bless one person does not mean that He will not bless you. We have some jealous people in this world. We have jealous people that don't want to see us make it. We have some jealous people who want to see us fall. Just like Saul was against David. He sent his messenger out to bring David to be killed, but David, why he helped him escape? And I read it over in the legend, it said, by obey your parents, but when it comes to your husband's wife, you're supposed to help him out. So Micah helped her husband escape from Saul, from my daddy. And just because God blessed one, but did not mean that He would not bless another. But He can give the children from any into the supply of His Son. God bless and love cannot be exalted. And boy, we at times forget this. We'd rather see other people fall than success. If you struggle with jealousy, be aware of the struggle that brings. God loves you, and there is no reason for someone else to success. The end of the letter again, after David killed Goliath, the woman Israel began to sing the young man praises up to that point. Saul was considered a natural hero. David did carry over the mountain of John, however, kept putting him into the nation and playing the dubious Saul. The woman began to sing David praise, and Saul could not stand hear them. She was more frequent, but David did for him. He would not tolerate with the type of disrespect he determined in his heart with it in. The better that Saul attempted to kill David. David grew popular. David grew popular. They started looking unto David. Saul got desperate and increased in fault that he could not stand to see David receiving a counter from the people. So Saul got desperate, became so intent that he began to look for a way to kill him. Even attempted to allow his son Jonah and his servant to do his dirty work. But Jonah tried to distract Saul from doing this explain. Jonah didn't want no part of that. And Saul was doing this. David was his father, great elder, not his worst enemy. Jonah believed was to know if however Saul was determined to take David's life. For after a period of time, the war broke out between Palestine and Israelites once again. They went out to fight against the Palestine and fought with a brave skill, leaving Palestine with a significant number of cats. Instead of receiving a hero welcome, however, David became a target of Saul's impetus. Saul wanted to have David killed because he didn't want David to take his position. But after the war was over, David was in Saul's playing his life. By the time the Spirit of the Lord had so far from Saul, David was the only thing to come the evil spirit that now turned. See, Saul had the evil spirit. He began to rebel against David. He began to rebel against David. Like today, some of us are jealous. We got some jealous Christian people. They don't want to see you climb on the ladder. They want to see you fall. No matter how you try to do and help, they will never give you nothing good to say about you. For certain him and spirit you've been holding. David, her boy and went into the wall. He threw the spear at David and missed him. David was able to escape from Saul. Saul began to have evil spirit because he knew that David would be the next king. So he didn't want David to take his position. He started plotting against David. Like some of today will plot against some Christian people in church today. If they're doing good, they try to find a way to make them fall. Not boost them up, but God don't want us to be no jealous, but He loves us all. God loves Saul just like He loved David. By this time, David had married Saul's daughter Michal. Saul sent a message to David how to help and hope that his daughter would help him kill. He wanted his daughter to help him kill David. But Michael, like Jonah, was supposed to say David life and alert him. They alert David and let them know that their father wanted him to have him killed. Michael told David that he needed to flee that night or he would be killed. She told her husband he needed to go that night. So he flew. She helped her husband escaping. She let him down out the window and all that. She didn't want to see her husband get killed. So she found a way and she set the bed over the emperor and picked it up like David was in the bed. She told the messenger that he was sick. But Margaret did came up with a cleaver blunt, only allowed David more time to get away. She took a lifestyle and then put it in. She allowed her more time to get away. Because she didn't want her father to kill her husband. And Jonah would let him know whatever the plot they were doing against him. When Saul met the rise to the rest day, Margaret told him that he was sick. She told him that her husband was sick. Well, she was helping him to escape. And she was letting him know that his father had a plot to kill him. Saul was furious with Mike. He could not believe that his own daughter deceived him. He got angry at his own daughter and he couldn't believe that his own daughter deceived him. But the Bible said you cleave to your husband and you cleave to your wife. So Michael put her husband first. She really didn't obey her father, but she put her husband first because she didn't want her father to kill her husband. He was so sick with jealousy, he acted dark that other people ought to hate David as much as he did. He wanted them to hate David as much as he did. Instead, even those who were close to him, his son and daughter loved them and tried to protect them. His son and daughter loved them. They were trying to protect them. The sad part of this account, Saul considered David to be an enemy. David had done nothing to serve the foundation of the suspicion. David had done nothing against Saul. They thought that Saul loved him. He loved Saul, but Saul had some evil spirit to him. Saul didn't want to see him be the king. Saul was determined by evil spirit. David was there to claim him. When Saul needed a war to fight the enemy, David stepped in and fought. When he needed a war to fight the enemy, David stepped in and fought. Then like with the people of the church today, you may ask one of them to help you with something instead of them helping you. You thinking they helping you. Help to tell them I pray for you and you trying to get to this job, anything, they're praying against you. Instead of helping you. Every time you go back to the job, you're getting this falling down, then the person that prayed for you, they end up with the job. You wonder how that happened. They've been praying to help you. We have some jealous people in this world. Yeah, you ever go to somebody out, you tell them, ask them, don't they look good? Then you got the next person with you, it's all right. They don't want to say it look good, they say it's all right. There's a jealous spirit in them. You may see somebody with a nice trial, you think that's good, it'll do. They won't never give a comment say it looks good. But Saul was only interested in his own pleasure. He could not stand for anyone to receive a Paul. Saul wanted everything for himself. They were Paul and David because David didn't fight for them and done all them, killed the giant for them. Saul didn't want all that. Saul was getting angry at David. He wanted David killed. A long time ago when I was working at UPS, they had chosen me to be the supervisor. And I had a friend that would have been my best friend. And when I came as a supervisor, he started doing some evil things towards me. He didn't want me to be the supervisor. He started doing evil things towards me. When people do evil things towards you, they have jealousy in you. They pretend that they're on your side. They got your back. They with you. With David, Saul had his back, but Saul had the evil spirit against him. Whatever God got for you is yours. You don't have to be jealous. Whatever God got for you is yours. You do not have to be jealous. I looked over at Romans 8:31. You say, if God be for us, who can be against us? See, if God be before us, who can be against us? No matter how many try to block you or be jealous or whatever. It's Romans 8:31. If God be for us, who can be against us? All you just continue to do what God wants you to do. You have to be tender. David had to leave because Saul was trying to destroy him. David had to run because Saul had the men that would kill him. David was going to come the next king, and Saul did not want to see that. He had someone David liked. Thank God for his wife and his brother-in-law. Let him know what was going on. You have some people won't let you know what's going on. They'll know it's something I was trying to hurt you or do something to you. They won't tell you. They just hold it. They will not tell you. They ain't gonna tell you. But then they say, man, I ain't have nothing to do with that. I believe if somebody that was trying to plot them against you or whatever, take you down, that person should know. That way that person can be on a watch out and look at. Just like I read, we have jealous Christians, we have jealous pastors. One pastor doing good at the church, he tell the next pastor how he pastor doing, that pastor get jealous and start talking about it. Instead of uplifting him and not put him down. God will bless you the same way he blessed that pastor. But all you gotta do is keep that pastor uplifted. You go to a Christian, but you tell them, well, God bless me. They roll their eyes, they looking jealous, and they don't want no part of it. Jealousy is a mean thing to have. Yeah, when you're jealous, you'll never be happy, you'll be angry. You never move forward. I don't think Saul ever got happy. And Saul never did get happy about David coming the king. Saul messed up things anyway. He messed things up, he just took things in his hand, his way. So God sent another leader to protect and fix. Sometimes we get messed up in a certain way and God has to send another person and fix it. Sure and help you out. Oh, that's something right. And David was God's chosen king. It speaks all the right. David was God's chosen king because he speaks all the writing that they, who are they? Paul writes the writing of God without law manifest, and the writing of God which by faith Jesus Christ unto all upon them. David was God's chosen king. God had David back and stuff. David became the king. He did all the right things. It's been a long time in his stand plan. Started him on his life, trust in the Lord, that finally bring him to the right place of the throne. God even did just that. We can clearly see from the 40th score from the event of David's entire life that Psalm 34:19 applies to David. Indeed, inflicted many damage because he trusted God and complete the Lord always delivering and made him victorious. Yeah, Psalm 34:19. I will read them. Many are the victims right now, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. The Lord delivered David out of all, whatever Saul was trying to do, the Lord delivered David from it. The Lord will deliver you today if you just trust and believe in Him. If you got any love or jealousy, then you need to let it go and let God fight your battle. You need to let it go. Let God be with you. If you got any jealousy towards your brothers, sisters, holding grudge, something happened on your job, you need to let it go today. No matter how, if you let it go, that's the way you can see yourself moving on up to the ladder. That's something that jump goes. Right the point today, God always comes and He will throw His chosen people. Verse 7:19 say that God will always come and He will through His chosen. And people beg you keep in mind and save the victim. That's verse 19. God will be with His people, prepare a way of escape with them. That's verse 11:12. Sometimes Lord Jesus God means that we have to break our loyalty with those who are close to us. That's verse 13 and 14. The promise of God will provide a blaze of safe for those who obey Him. And sometimes God will turn either closer soldiers His enemies against each other to come His verse 17. I believe that is true. Sometimes God will turn even His closest soldiers of His enemies against each other to come His purpose. Yeah, God sometimes will let us see our purpose, how to get ourselves back together and how to become what He wants us to become. I believe that is true. Because sometimes we got people out there today in the world need to see. And they need to see how sometimes God will turn even the closest soldiers of His enemy against each other to come His purpose. Yeah. Today, aim to understand that jealous people are also unhappy and angry people. See, jealous people are also unhappy and angry people. They never have it. They stay angry. You stay unhappy and angry. You can't never get a breakthrough. If you let that junk go, you'll be all right. The person, you see the jealous, they destructive power, they always teach. Jealous people never find it. Yeah, you can't be jealous. Let that evil spirit go and so God can move you in your life. I advocate to be content with what God has given us and to trust Him for the thing we need in the future. See, your application called to be content with what God has given us and to trust Him for the thing we need in the future. Yeah, you move all that unhappy, anger, and jealousy from you. Let God use you. Let God use you. Jealousy is the fire that consumes everything in the past. Jealousy is the bad thing to be doing. evil spirit. David. What else? We have people right now, they angry, they jealous, and they got drugs they had for many years, but they won't let go. They plot, they just try to destroy your character and all that. No matter how not you treat, they still try to destroy your character. All you do is trust and believe in God, He will bring you through this. I know that God has brought me through many dangerous things, and God has brought me through many things that people try to destroy. God always bring out me through. I keep my hand in the mouth of Him. I keep myself prayed up against whatever head my way. No matter what's going on, I stay prayed up the Lord. God let me know we have mean, hating people in this world. The Lord forbid that I should do these things unto my mouth. The Lord anointed stretched forth my hand against him. Still He anointed the Lord. The Lord anointed David. David had the opportunity to kill David, but he did not even thought his men urged him to do so. He responded to his men. David declared, the Lord forbid that I should do these things unto my mouth. The Lord anointed stretched forth my hand against him. He seeked his anointed Lord. See, David could have turned around and killed David, but he didn't. He obeyed the Lord. He let God fight his battle. This revealed that David recognized the children of God regarding those persistent leadership, should they need to be removed. God, His own time and His own way. See, David let God fight his battle. And let God take care of Saul. David could have killed Saul, but he decided to do what God called him to do. And what else God had? Yes. You would think when after the war was over that Saul would give David a pat on the back, but he didn't do that. Saul had a mean spirit. He did not congratulate David for what he did. But you would think that Saul would have been by his side. David thought he had a good father-in-law. Saul didn't want David to take over, because he was king Saul. They were giving him to make him king. David still rejoiced in the victory that David did. David came and saved them. And,
Oh, jeez. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening to me this morning.